wants to join the mob.
Betray me!
No, you betrayed me first, sweetheart.
I think that's a body.
General Hospital.
Maxie Jones has reached a turning point that could change everything for the people she loves in Port Charles. After years of complicated relationships, family drama, unexpected setbacks, and moments that tested her strength, Maxie may finally be preparing to close one of the biggest chapters of her life. For longtime General Hospital viewers, Maxie is far more than just another resident of Port Charles. She has grown up in front of the audience, survived heartbreak, rebuilt her life, and repeatedly found the courage to keep moving forward. Her journey has included love, loss, motherhood, friendship, career challenges, and countless moments when she had to choose between what was easiest and what was right. But now, however, the future looks very different. The latest developments surrounding Maxie suggest that her story may be moving toward an emotional farewell. Rather than simply disappearing without explanation, her departure could be connected to the people closest to her and the future she wants for her family. Maxie's greatest priority has always been her children. No matter how complicated life becomes, she has repeatedly shown that being there for her family matters more than anything. That could become the key to understanding why she may decide that remaining in Port Charles is no longer the best choice. Imagine Maxie standing in a familiar place, looking around at everything that has shaped her life. Every corner could bring back a memory. Every familiar face could remind her of a different chapter. The happy moments would be impossible to forget, but neither would the painful ones. And that is what could make her goodbye so emotional. Maxie may not be leaving because she has stopped caring about Port Charles. She could be leaving precisely because she has realized that sometimes moving forward requires letting go of the place where so much of your past was created. Her friends may struggle to understand the decision at first. Some could encourage her to stay. Others might believe that leaving is the wrong move. There could even be questions about whether Maxie is making a permanent decision or simply taking time away. But Maxie could make it clear that this is not an impulsive choice. She has thought about it. She has considered her children. She has considered her future. And she has considered what kind of life she wants from this point forward. That could lead to some deeply emotional conversations. One person who may have difficulty accepting Maxie's departure is someone who knows just how much she has changed over the years. Maxie is no longer the young woman who once struggled to understand where she belonged. She has become a mother, a friend, a professional, and someone capable of making difficult decisions for herself. Her goodbye could therefore feel less like an ending and more like a new beginning. There is also the question of what happens to Maxie's relationships after she leaves. Port Charles is a place where people rarely stay separated forever. Secrets have a way of bringing people back together. Old friendships can be renewed. Former romances can unexpectedly return. And a character who leaves today can easily become part of tomorrow's biggest storyline. That means Maxie's exit does not necessarily mean her story is over. In fact, leaving could create new possibilities. Maxie could discover a different environment, a new opportunity, or a fresh direction for her career. She could find herself in a situation that challenges her in ways Port Charles never did. And eventually, that experience could change the way she sees her old life. Her children could also play an important role in the next chapter. Maxie has always wanted to protect them from the chaos surrounding her. If she believes that a change of environment could give them more stability, she may be willing to make a difficult sacrifice. That decision would be completely in character for her. But there is another emotional possibility. What if Maxie leaves without telling everyone exactly how permanent the decision really is? That would give the storyline an extra layer of uncertainty. Her friends could spend weeks wondering whether she will return. Some might expect her to come back once things settle down. Others might worry that the Maxie they knew is finally ready to move on for good. And viewers could be left asking the same question. Is this truly goodbye, or is it simply goodbye for now? The answer may depend on what happens behind the scenes of Maxie's life and what the writers ultimately want for the character. One thing is certain, Maxie's legacy in Port Charles is already enormous. She has been part of major family stories, emotional romances, personal struggles, and some of the most memorable moments involving the residents of the town. Her relationships with friends and family have helped define her character, and her evolution has allowed viewers to watch her grow from a troubled young woman into a strong and determined mother. That history makes any farewell much more meaningful. A goodbye scene could bring together some of the people who mattered most to Maxie. There could be hugs, tears, old memories, and promises to stay in touch. But perhaps the most powerful moment would come when Maxie finally looks toward the future. Instead of crying over everything she is leaving behind, she could take a deep breath and choose to embrace what comes next.
That would send a powerful message. Sometimes saying goodbye does not mean losing everything. Sometimes it means choosing yourself. And for Maxie, choosing herself could be the most important decision she has ever made. Of course, Port Charles is never predictable. Even if Maxie believes she is walking away for good, circumstances could change. A family emergency, an unexpected discovery, or a major event could bring her back. The door could remain open for a future return, especially if unfinished business continues to surround the people she leaves behind. That possibility is what makes this storyline so intriguing. Fans may have to say goodbye to Maxie for now, but the character's impact will remain. Her friendships will continue. Her family connections will continue. The memories she created will remain part of Port Charles. And if she does eventually return, she may come back as a very different Maxie. Stronger, more confident, more independent, and ready to face whatever Port Charles throws at her next. For now, though, her final moments could be filled with emotion as she prepares to close the door on a chapter that has defined so much of her life. She may take one last look at the people and places she has known for years. She may say the words that everyone has been waiting to hear, and then she could walk away. Not because she has forgotten where she came from, not because she stopped loving the people around her, but because she finally understands that her future cannot always be determined by her past. Maxie's story has never been about having a perfect life. It has been about surviving the imperfect one. She has fallen. She has made mistakes. She has loved, she has lost, she has started over, and she has always found a way to keep going. That is why her potential departure carries so much weight. If this really is Maxie's final Port Charles chapter, then her goodbye should not simply be remembered as the moment she left town. It should be remembered as the moment she chose a new path. A path built around her family, her independence, and the possibility of a future beyond everything she has already experienced. And perhaps somewhere down the road, another chapter will begin, because in Port Charles, very few goodbyes are truly permanent. What do you think about Maxie's possible departure? Do you believe she is really leaving Port Charles for good, or do you think this is only the beginning of a temporary change in her life? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments, and if you want to keep up with the latest General Hospital storyline developments, stay tuned for more updates as Maxie's future continues to unfold.